The sins of the mothers. The air inside the hotel room was suffocating. Ryan looked up from the bed, stunned into silence. The woman beside him clutched the bedsheet, half covering her face, until she saw Mrs. Leland. Her expression twisted from panic to something colder. Bitterness. Recognition. Victory. "Hello, Mrs. Leland," she said slowly, voice dripping venom. "Or should I call you the woman who ruined my mother's life?" It all unraveled in that instant. The girl, Sienna, wasn't just some passing affair. She was intentional, a wound from the past, reborn in flesh and vengeance. "I didn't ask for this," I whispered, trembling. "I had nothing to do with any of it." Sienna looked at me, almost gently. "I know," she said. "You're just collateral damage, like my mother was." Mrs. Leland turned away, clutching her chest. And I couldn't cry. Not yet, because grief needed clarity. And all I had was chaos, blood and letters. A week passed. Ryan tried to speak to me, but I locked the bedroom door. His betrayal was tangled with something far older than I could process. Then came the letter. Mrs. Leland passed away unexpectedly, heart failure. Quiet, alone. Her lawyer handed me an envelope. On the front, in neat cursive, "To the daughter-in-law I never deserved." Inside was her confession of how she had loved a married man, how she became pregnant with Ryan, how she destroyed a family to chase a fantasy, and how, for decades, she had lived in guilt, watching Sienna's mother struggle alone. "I thought I had escaped judgment," the letter read. "But sins don't die, they're inherited." The last line undid me. "Don't let this poison pass on to your child." I dropped the letter. My chest heaved. Child? The other woman's truth. It was Sienna who came to see me. I had expected more venom. But when she stepped into my house, she looked exhausted, defeated, human. "I need to tell you something," she said, voice shaking. "I'm not keeping the baby." I stared. "You're pregnant?" She nodded, tears spilling. "But I can't go through with it. Not like this. I came into his life for revenge, not love." Then she took a breath, steadied herself. "You deserve to know. Ryan didn't want this. He didn't even know. It wasn't supposed to go this far. I wanted to hurt his mother. I thought it would be justice." "And now?" I asked. "Now I see. I've only repeated the same cruelty." She pressed a small box into my hand. Inside was a necklace, antique, gold, fragile. It was my mother's. She said it belonged to the woman who broke her marriage. I thought I'd take it back. "But it doesn't belong with me anymore." Then she turned to leave. "A house no longer a home," Ryan tried to explain. He begged, promised change, swore he never loved Sienna. I stood in silence, holding the necklace in one hand, the divorce papers in the other. "You said you'd protect me," I finally said. "But I've been nothing but a pawn in a game started before I was born." "I was wrong," he said. "But I love you. I never wanted to lose you." I looked around our house. The dining table we never sat at. The bed I cried in more than I smiled. This wasn't home. It was a cage made of expectation, silence, and ghosts. "I need to leave," I said. "Not for revenge. Not for pride. But because I need to remember who I was before this marriage." Ryan cried. But I didn't. Because grief is the price of healing. And I was finally ready to pay it. Ashes and blossoms. I moved into a small apartment above a bookstore. My mother came by often, not to lecture, but to sit beside me quietly. One day, I opened Mrs. Leland's letter again. This time, I read the back page. "There is no clean ending for women like us. Only choices. And if you ever choose to forgive, don't do it for the man. Do it for the girl you were before he broke your trust." I folded the letter and looked at myself in the mirror. Not the broken bride, not the vengeful wife, just a woman learning to breathe again. Spring came early that year. Cherry blossoms bloomed outside my window, soft and pink like new beginnings.